today. Thanks for joining me on my drive. I'm going to have a bit of a blast out at the FN2 and enjoy myself. It is grey and it is overcast and it is cold, but it is dry, so that's great. So hopefully my tyres will do what they are supposed to be doing because it's not wet, and have a bit of a blast out. I'm going to buy an Xbox game a bit later on and hopefully play with Gareth at Expression Culture and have a good chat on there with him. If anyone wants to join us, feel free to do so. Add Gareth at Expression Culture. He will tell you all our gamer tags and we will get stuck in. I'm looking forward to buying my first car on that. This week at Dynodaze, we have been mostly working on VAG stuff. We've had a couple of Seats in, we've had an Audi S1 in for a GFB dump valve, DVX, which was quite noisy. Bit of a sneeze that valve. Great car, tiny thing, but massive on power, so quite impressive. The Seat Leons have had welly cooler, custom front mount intercoolers that Richard builds. He builds them specifically for the car, so all the alley hard pipes are custom built for a perfect fit, and the more alley hard pipe you can get, obviously alley welded up, the less joints there are. It alleviates as many boost leaks as possible, and then those cars are off to Ecutek, which is also in Nuneaton, just around the corner from us. They're the specialist in mapping the 2-litre TFSIs, and they're going to go for stage 2 plus power, so that's going to be pretty cool as well. So I'm hoping to check in on Ecutek this week and see how those particular cars got on. We've mapped some Colts up this week. You know we love our Mitsubishi Colts, and if you own a Mitsubishi Colt, do say hello in the comments below. We're always here to help you if you want to talk about mods and want to speak about what parts you need. Yeah, so you know, if you want to know the best mods, the best induction kit, best exhaust, and what we expect to get power out of them, then do get in touch. If you're not already, if you follow this channel but you've got a Colt and you're not already in the CZTOC Facebook page, go check that out. It's a great page full of really cool people that are very, very helpful. It's a great club, so go check that out. Yeah, some of those dropped some proper bombs. One of them in particular, a grey one, I think dropped the loudest bomb I've ever seen on a Mitsubishi Colt. So the video is pretty cool. Today is Remembrance Sunday, so I'm going to make sure that I don't pass through any villages, and I think just sort of stay on the outsides of towns and things, so that I'm enjoying myself and not disrupting anybody, or you know, I want to be as quiet and as respectful as possible. I'll certainly be turning my stereo off and not doing pops and bangs if I see anybody, respectfully, you know, paying their respects to our heroes. I think Gareth at Expression Culture is actually off to a museum today to pay his respects and show his respects. So he's a top bloke. You really have got to go and follow Expression Culture on YouTube. Lots of Honda content. If you've got a C of Z, then he's your man. Very knowledgeable. Very knowledgeable. Had a great Saturday. We've had some cars on Saturday on the dyno, as we always do. A couple of VAG things. We had an EP3 Civic for a baseline. A YouTube follower. Hello, if you're watching. Yeah, he wanted to talk about turbo in his EP3, but he was still very much sort of good power for NA. So after looking at the graph and the modifications on that EP3, we offered some advice, and I think it was good advice, because that car still has a lot of enjoyment to be had at peak NA power. So because there was a lull in the mid-range, we know that with some good modifications and a good map, that car will be infinitely better than it is now. So we've suggested he goes for that first before he starts throwing money at it. Get the car up to a spec where you can really enjoy it and love it, and then, you know, and then maybe have a year of screaming NA and loving that before you go for the big power in the on the turbos and things like that. But yeah, so that, you know, my week's been pretty much up and around different different cars and not necessarily just Japanese stuff, but it does remind me that we have a very skilled Mr. Richard Ellis in the workshop, and he's very good at what he does, and he can turn his hand to virtually any car. We just don't tune the VAG stuff, because if you stick with what you know, there's always a specialist out there. So for the 2 litre TFSI, like I mentioned before, Artec, Mr. Nicky Gower, I like to call him Dr. Gower, he really is the best for those cars. So we'll do our Dynodaze work on them and improve the car, and then he'll really put the icing on the cake with the map. Pretty sure nobody else in the country is clued up as he is on those cars. My FN2 has got an ABS sensor light on it this week. I did a lot of wheel spinning in the wet with my crappy tyres, and it temporarily brought the light on and then it would go out, but now it's permanently on. It says I've got a underinflated tyre, and when I've looked at the codes, it's mostly speed sensors, so that's going to be the ABS sensors on the back, I think. So I've got to look into that, make sure I've not got a wheel bearing gone or something, although I can't really hear anything. It's just an annoying light on the dashboard, so we're going to get that sorted out this week, hopefully. I hope you guys enjoyed the FN2 induction kit development process. Whilst we didn't make massive gains over the CPL kit, we did make some gains, and we also made some losses with a 3-inch kit, but our 3.5-inch kit seemed to be the best, but requires modification of the car, and I think that's going to cause the issues. So we're not going to be able to sell it mail order, because we know we're going to have to modify the car. People aren't going to want to modify the car to fit that kit. So it's going to be one of those where people can book in and we can fit it. And fitting that 3.5-inch kit, supply and fit, is still going to be cheaper than purchasing a HKS induction kit, which it will blow out of the water. So yeah, so maybe that's the way to go. If people want that FN2 induction kit, get yourselves booked in, we'll get it fit, get the car modified, get it fitted, and it'll all be less than a HKS. It'll be less than purchasing a HKS kit. Now in December, we've got the Cowbug and Car Diaries guys coming, and that's going to be a lovely day, because we've got some of our close family friends coming, like Dazar, hopefully Gareth at Expression Culture, and numerous others, including the Cowbug lads. So I'm going to really enjoy that. I'm really looking forward to it. Much the same as I was really looking forward to Chris coming up from Cowbug the first time. It was like, I was really excited for it, and I think I am again. I think it's just a great day with great people. And I think we'll do a full video of the full day, so whatever's going on. We might be mapping a Newgate on that day, so fingers crossed that materialises and we get that done. I think that'd be a fabulous video as well. Yeah, and there's I've been doing a little bit of work on a Facebook page, which we've called the EP3 and FN2 support, or tuning and modification support page. There's about 9,000 people in there currently, and the active people are very, very cool. So go and check that out. I'll probably drop an image or a link or something to that in the video, so you can go join yourselves to that. Plenty going on Facebook. We're constantly updating the page and posting stuff. Richard tends to do that on a Sunday. Thank you, Richard. And I'm going to keep doing the YouTube stuff. I've got some videos in the can still that have to go up. So fingers crossed, that'll keep busy and keep going. Thank you for all the support as ever. We appreciate it so much, more than you can imagine. We appreciate it, and we just want you to enjoy the content and go and follow our fellow pages like Dazar, like Cowbunga Car Diaries and Expression Culture. Type R Tweaks has got something coming in the post to him next week, so I hope he enjoys that. And go and follow Modfix, because I met Modfix last weekend, and what a gentleman he is. What a pleasure it was to meet him. Massive guy, made me look like a hobbit, like I say, but I am a hobbit, I'm only small. So I'm going to go blast down now in the FN2. I'm going to chill out, like I say, avoid villages and towns because it's Remembrance Sunday. And yeah, if I think of anything else to say, I'll give you a shout. But in the meantime, peace out. Just in case I didn't say, the game I'm going to be purchasing is Forza Horizon 5, I believe. So that's the one to check out. Go and add Gareth at Expression Culture. He's going to give you all of our gamer tags, and he's going to form a Dynodaze group for us. So we're going to get involved because I don't know what I'm doing on that. So he does know what he's doing. He's going to set it up. Thanks, Gareth. You're the man. Speak to you all soon.
Before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast.